Welcome along to this video where we're going to take two different agents and give them three separate tasks of varying difficulty to see how they would compare against a human doing it, right? Essentially, we're going to take Runner H, which is an agent from a company called Company H, which is based out in Paris. And then we're going to take the Minimax agent, which is an agent-based solution from a company out in Southeast Asia. And essentially, we're going to give them three different tasks of varying difficulty, right? First task is going to be, can they find Airbnbs in a given area? Task number two, I'm going to give both of those agents a link to an IMDb page, and they need to download images from it. And the third and most difficult task essentially is going to be multiple links from different e-commerce websites of running shoes, and to see whether they can put those links into a Notion database or put them into a spreadsheet. So let's not waste any time. Let's dig in and see what these agents are capable of. Okay, folks, so we've got Runner H. So I've just pasted in the prompt. So essentially, I've asked it to find 5 Airbnbs in Dalstrom, South Africa. I've given it a date range and also some pricing. One thing I must say that I love is the way this chat widget is like floating in the middle of the screen, and you can collapse it. So as we can see, it's busy searching for listings. It's already failed to scrape the web page, but it's come back with two links. Let's see. Okay, so it's come back with two cottages or two Airbnbs. It says there's an issue scraping the page, but it did find some Airbnb listing. So when I open this guy, I can see, yeah, there's a Airbnb. However, I'm not too sure that this would match my criteria because I'm not too sure about the availability. I'm not sure if this thing actually went and got the availability, but those are definitely cottages in Mpumalanga. And yeah, I can't validate that that's the actual price that it's given me. Right, so let's check out what Minimax has for us. So I've pasted in the exact same prompt. I think now I'm just going to adjust the dates from the 10th to the 14th. And let's give that a run. Cool, so it's busy thinking. Very different UI compared to Runner H. And yeah, this feels like, yeah, you can see a lot more of its thinking. And it looks like it's created like a Python file, as you saw there, and that's doing a bit of web scraping. Cool, yeah. So poof, it's gotten a whole bunch of stuff and it's putting it in a PDF format even. I saw a bit of JSON there as well. Wow, okay, this is cool, and it's put the costing there and also reviews and everything. So yeah, this is pretty handy. But I must say, I've obviously sped up the video, but this did take like 10 minutes to do. Uh, so don't be surprised that I did everything so quickly. So yeah, but it's cool to actually see its thinking process, how it's working in the kernel, and yeah, we can even review some of the code here. So my Python, I've got a phobia of snakes, so my Python is quite bad. Nonetheless, yeah, we can see that it's doing a bit of scraping here, and it looks like it went to TripAdvisor. Yeah, that's the other thing. This thing didn't go to Airbnb. It went to TripAdvisor and Booking.com to actually find listings. So I probably should have told it to intervene. So look, this is way better. I wouldn't want to say way better than what Runner H did in the first run, but it came back with at least 5 listings. So on to the second one. So right now I've pasted in the link from IMDb for the gallery for Interstellar. And yeah, Runner H is busy thinking. So as you can see, this is IMDb's website for Interstellar, and I usually like coming onto IMDb and downloading the photos for my wallpapers for my Mac, essentially. So yeah, so this, after basically 15 minutes, came back and told me that I can't find anything. It could not do anything. And I sat there for 15 minutes. I tried, and yeah, it's just basically telling me to go do the task myself. So that's an outright fail for Runner H in terms of downloading the images. So let's check what Minimax has up its sleeve. Cool. So I'm going to paste in prompt, give that a run. And cool, it's received the task and it's now going to browse IMDb. And while it's busy doing that, you can actually see that it's actually found actually 5 images to download, the first 5 images from that grid. And now it's going to download the URLs for me, it seems, as well. But bear in mind, this is taking an eternity as well. This is like a 15-20 minute task that this thing took, whereas it would have taken me like probably 5 minutes to do all of this, right? So it's creates the PDF, but it hasn't pasted the images in the PDF, but it has downloaded the images, and so I can download it to my machine. So I mean, this passes again. I'm a bit more. My confidence in Minimax is growing a lot more because I mean, imagine if you have a batch task and you can give this thing and just let it run overnight. It's gonna do its thing right now. So cool. We've got 5 images for Interstellar. Cool. Final task. We're going to start with Runner H. So here's my Notion, essentially. So that's the database I'm going to connect into Runner H. So it does have a connection. So we just go into Notion, Runner H, and then connect Notion to it. So I'm going to select, I'm going to give it all the permission it needs. And then I'm going to select the page, the relevant page. So yeah, there's a shopping wish list. So I'm going to allow access. And cool, so it looks like the authorization is successful at the moment. And boom, as you can see, Notion is connected. So let's go ahead and paste in the prompt, right? So essentially, I've got a couple of links for running shoes. I'm in the market for running shoes from Takealot and Pubi Naidu. And then, yeah, cool. So it's busy thinking. So I've just asked it to put these links into that Notion database that I've just shown you. All right, so cool. It successfully looks like it's gone to the to Notion. It has found the database, and now it says it's scraping the web page because I have asked it to get the prices. So they seem to be experiencing difficulty accessing the database. And they want me to double check whether it's called shopping wish list. I mean, it is called shopping wish list, is it not? Yeah, I think the spelling is correct. So maybe I should just go over and just copy the sharing link. So just to double check. So how do I do that? You click share. There we go. And copy link. So let's go back to Runner H. Paste that bad boy in, and then yeah, I'll just leave the database ID in the chat, and yeah, cool. I'm just trying to tell it like, okay, cool. Here's the copy link, and it is definitely called shopping wish list, my friend. Runner H. So far, yeah, I know about Runner H. Um, like, yeah, I think I'll summarize this towards the end, but cool. So still no search results found, and yet again, it's just telling me what to do manually. Completely useless, if I'm being honest. But I mean, at least it's. But what's funny there is that it has scraped the page and it's gotten the price for the shoe and the URL. But where's all the other links that it scraped? Yeah, uh, yeah, I give up. I don't think it's worth it because like here's the actual shopping. Here's the. I'm not too sure what else I need to add. It looks like it's got. I haven't added any particular permissions. This is the deepest I've gone into clicking around into making a table into Notion. But yeah, so quite underwhelming. Yeah. So basically, out of out of the 3 tasks, it only passed one basically, and the one that it did pass, it didn't do magnificently. So cool. Now we've got Minimax. What can Minimax bring to the table? So let's paste in the prompt. So Minimax doesn't have a Notion integration. So I've opted to essentially just ask it to put it into a spreadsheet. Okay. Uh, yeah, maybe I should learn how to spell first. Okay, cool. So it's busy thinking, as always. It's received the task. It looks like it's scraping the websites. It's trying to go to Takealot and Pubanaidu's, but then it seemed like they were being blocked. but it looks like it's going to extract some information by using a different method. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you can see it write everything out using pandas, and yeah, so I think it's busy creating the data frame to actually store everything in the spreadsheet. So from that snippet there, it does not look like I was able to get everything, and I'm not sure why I converted it to $90. Those running shoes is $90 1.4 thousand rand, must be cool. So it's come back. It's made a execution summary in a PDF. Um, but I do see a CSV file as well. So there's a CSV file and an XLS file. Look at that. Okay. So I'm gonna try download that. Funny that you can't preview it. So yeah, boom. Imported that spreadsheet into Sheets, into Google Sheets. And yeah, I'm not sure where it's got the reviews from. So it looks like it's like taking the first Take a Lot site worked, but then everything else was blocked by Cloudflare. So I mean, yeah, this one definitely succeeded more so than Runner H, but we didn't get the prices, and it has put it into a spreadsheet for me, so it's way more useful than Runner H. Okay, so initial thoughts when using or from using those two agents, Runner H and Max. I think it's quite clear that Runner H seems very undercooked. They've raised a lot of money, so sure, and they're still in beta. They're still in beta, so what was also interesting before when I did the rehearsal for this video, yes, I do rehearsals, I know. But when I did a rehearsal for this video, what was quite interesting was that Runner H was actually showing me uh, the kernel of the browser, or like it clicking around in the browser and everything, which I thought was quite cool. But I'm not sure when I did these runs why it was not there. Um, but I think UI wise, design wise, Runner H, yeah, I mean, it's designed perfectly, right? But nothing seems to work. Even when it did the first task for the Airbnbs, only came back with two. And Minimax, I thought it was excellent. It came back with I didn't have access to Airbnb, made another plan, went to Booking.com and TripAdvisor, and I think it also went to Lekkerslap as well. So it came back with the results for the Airbnb search. When it came to IMDb, obviously Runner H was nowhere to be found, and Minmax came back with actual results. And likewise for categorizing the shoes. And I'm quite surprised that the Notion integration did not work for Runner H, right? So I have a lot more confidence in, or I'm a lot more impressed with Minimax. However, uh, obviously this video is what, like under 12 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the case may be. So I have shortened everything down. So to do all of these tasks across two different agents, so to do these six tasks combined has taken me more than an hour to do, because especially for the final two tasks, they take forever. The ones where I had to where I asked them to basically put the my shopping links into a spreadsheet, they take forever. And yes, you this time I didn't actually interrupt the agent to say, "Hey, do XYZ," because I just wanted to see and understand, But obviously, many times the agents actually took divergent paths, and I should have actually interrupted it. So that brings me to one point. So all those tasks a human would have done in probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes if they put their head down. So we're still far out from, like, agents. I feel like some agents fully um, automating things that humans can do. And then the other issue is that when you have things browsing websites, obviously they're still being seen as bots, right? So that's why Cloudflare blocked both of them quite a few times. So I think there's that issue that needs to be solved, where I feel agents have to, be treated as humans for your website, and they've got to pass a different capture test, a recapture test as well, for these to be fully reusable. And so I just want to close off with like two more points, right? So is that when we try to automate things that humans do, humans all do, as humans, we do things differently. And when it comes to using applications or the browser or our phones or whatever, everybody's got unique ways of getting tasks done, which means that like your systems become undeterministic and they are so open-ended. So to even run evals on these type of tasks is always going to be a tricky task. So that boils down to that ties into my second point, being that like I think we've come a long way with agents. MCP has been amazing. We needed it, but everything is still in its infancy. Okay, and I think if this is what we have in year one of the year of the agents, I think things are only going to get better, right? And also bearing in mind that these two agents that I've taken, they're off the shelf. They've come out of nowhere. I'm not even too sure how they came onto my radar. Nonetheless, so yeah. So I think Runner Edge definitely undercooked. Minimax has huge, absolutely huge potential, and I mean we still getting started. So the question I would ask myself is, would I pay to use these things like tomorrow to do some of these things? The answer is no, because I'd rather just use 30 minutes of my time and get the task done accurately. So, but bearing in mind, I myself was saying the same thing about LLMs like probably 3 years ago, and I use LLMs every day, like just regular chatting to LLMs um, in Cursor or like via Gemini or whatever the case might be. So, with that being said, still like the whole agent ecosystem is still undercooked to a certain degree, and it's only going to get better. But nonetheless, that was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I've got one favor to ask from you, is to please smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out when I send out a new video onto the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, give us a comment and give us a like. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.